Hey everyone, 95 Fathoms here. You are joining me with the second hunt of my Heart Gold Soul Silver triple team quest. This hunt is for Eevee and all of the Eeveelutions. I'm gonna hunt for my first Eevee between my 3 quest files here with Bill's Eevee, and then I will be hunting the remaining 7 to fill out the evolution line as of Gen 4 via Game Corner in some already completed files that have access to Celadon, so I can actually use the Eeveelutions on teams and not have to go all the way to post-game to get them. Basically, I felt like I needed to do Bill's Eevee at least once, but if I'm hunting the same Pokemon 8 times, I want to be hunting it in a way that's quick and easy so I don't completely lose my motivation. This hunt is actually one of the 2 that was a driving force in my decision to do this triple team quest, because I actually started this hunt nearly 2 years ago now, got 4 shiny Eevee in the Game Corner insanely fast in what's an already insanely fast hunt, and I left it on the back burner to return to another day when I needed a fast hunt. And because I was just hunting them to hunt them and then likely leave them in a box forever, I never felt compelled to return to it, even though I knew I would eventually. So now I've got them as a part of a proper quest, a proper team, and hopefully that'll carry me forward through the end and I'll get my full set of EVs. I do have videos from those original 4 Eevee that I hunted, but they were not only not on capture card, nor were they live, but they weren't even live reactions. So I wanted to start off fresh and get a brand new set of Eevee and a brand new set of recordings that will look nice together and that I'll feel more accomplished about, rather than like, oh yeah, I remember that Eevee I got 2 years ago, let me throw it on my team. And I'm going for the full set, like at least 70%, because I know I will never be able to decide what to evolve a shiny Eevee into unless I can evolve all of them basically at once. I do think it would be fun to hunt for the Eeveelutions themselves in the wild in the games where that's possible at some point, and I will definitely go for at least Sylveon in the later gens at some point, especially since that's one of my favorite shiny Eeveelutions and one of my favorites in general, but my bias will always be towards sprites, so this is my priority for the game in which to put together the full set. Anyway, with all that exposition over with, let me get into my first reset here. There is a bit of dialogue to go through to get the Eevee from Bill, so it's a little bit of a slower soft reset, but I mean, I've done Coliseum resets, I've done plenty of resets for Gen 6 Chespin, so I think I will be able to handle it, but yeah, I'm not looking to do this more than once. So there's all my evolved shiny starters, and there's the first set of Eevee, none of which shiny. So I will see you when this Eevee decides to shine. Oh my god! Shiny Eevee! Shiny Eevee! Oh my god! Oh my god! Another under odds shiny! Way under odds! Oh my god! Shiny Eevee after 2,265 seen 2,262 resets, I guess. But one way or another, I'm counting it as 2,265. So as I said, this is another under odds hunt. This is my 14th under odds hunt in a row. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop. I was expecting this to be one of the hunts on which the other shoe did drop, because this is a little more of an involved hunt. I mean, as I said in my intro, I've done Coliseum resets. I've done over half odds for Chespin and Gen 6. Like, I've done worse, quote unquote, resets, but this does require a lot of like button mashing, and doing it on 3 systems at a time, I gotta say, kind of puts some strain on your hands. I have spent a couple of days hunting this where I'm like, God, my hands are really hurting. But I powered through. I've gotten more used to it, I guess. Today I was, thinking I'd been grinding away at it a lot, and really didn't have that much of a problem. Like, my hands aren't that uncomfortable. So anyway, of course I got used to it as soon as I actually found it, but wow. As you can see, it is, okay, I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. I'm not good at French pronunciations. I can't even do English, apparently, as much as I wish I were. But this is Jolly Nature. As you see, Leafeon is now colored in on the layout because Jolly Nature is, I think, best for Leafeon of all of them. I think Leafeon is the one who's most benefited by it. So as I go, I'm just going to mark off the Eeveelution that's probably going to get evolved into from the Eevee that I get. I'm not going to do all of the evolutions until I have all of the Eevees, right? Because in case, like, I think, like, well, this nature, is probably best for Umbreon, but it's not, like, perfect, and then I get one that has the nature that is perfect for Umbreon, I might reconsider. So anyway, there's my shiny Eevee. Doesn't look super noticeable on the overworld, especially considering how, honestly, in my opinion, amazing Eevee does look in like the actual sprite in battle. I mean, it looks good, but it looks a little more brown, I feel. Maybe not. But either way, I mean, I love shiny Eevee. There's a reason that I still haven't decided if I'm going to use Eevee as one of the ones that I play through with, but I knew I wanted to hunt an 8th one to get one that stayed as Eevee, because I do love Eevee and it's shiny. So this is, as I said, the first shiny Eevee. I'm doing it through Bill's Eevee. I guess I should pick that up. I guess first we're going to show off Eevee in battle. Ditto, isn't that relatively rare in this grass? Like a 10% or something? There's my shiny Eevee. It is a male, of course, because that's an 87.5% chance. I'm actually, it has Runaway. This is the first one for this set of 8. Next phase, or next shiny, I guess, it's not really a phase, I'm going to be hunting Game Corner, and I'm not going to be on these games because I'm not going to play through the entire game without these Eevee, without everything else that I'm planning to hunt. This is probably going to be the lengthiest one. I don't know that I'm going to need to show them off for everything else. I will, of course, show off the evolutions, but I'm, as I said, not going to evolve them yet, so the evolutions may be cut in between each one, but I'm not going to be doing it for a while yet. So maybe show off Leafeon next, and then, or whatever I end up evolving this into, and then on to the next one in the Game Corner. Alright, you have joined me over in my Diamond version, where, as you can see, my Eevee has just leveled up and is ready to evolve into Leafeon because I am at the Mossy Rock. If you're wondering why I am specifically over in my Diamond version, it's because you can't actually evolve Eevee into Leafeon and Glaceon anywhere in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. The only way is through the Mossy Rock and Icy Rock in Sinnoh. Here we have the evolution. Leafeon and Glaceon obviously are not quite as stark a contrast as many of the other Eeveelutions, and I think, as most people will agree, an autumnal kind of color on Leafeon would have been a really cool shiny palette, but at least in the sprites, it is noticeable. I think it is a good shiny. So there is my shiny Leafeon. I'll look at the status screen really quickly. There he is. There's Sage. You're coming with me from far in the future after I finish this quest. What I'm planning to do is evolve each Eevee into whatever Eeveelution I tick off at that particular time. And it may or may not be the same Eevee I'm showing, and I just, you know, you won't know. I won't show the status screen in the future, so you won't see like, oh, that's a different nature or whatever. I'll show everything off at the end again, so you'll see everybody and which Eevee is which. But I decided that I just want to show them off. Just makes the most sense. It makes for a more cohesive video than I checked off Leafeon, but I evolved into Vaporeon. But in this case, I did evolve it into the thing that I said it was going to, so... There is shiny Leafeon. All right, and now I will see you in the next Eevee. Oops. Oh. No way! What? What? Oh my... You have got to be kidding me. What is this triple team quest? What is this quest? I have a new fastest hunt, and it's a phase on something that should have been 100%. Oh my god, this is insane. This is literally insane. So, I just started this hunt, like, literally 2 minutes ago. This is very much having echoes of my, my Totodile that started this quest, which, ironically, is what I have in the lead of my party here. This was my Totodile that took 45 starters seen. I did 2 sets of resets here. This is the second set of resets. I accidentally picked a Mr. Mime. I think I even commented to myself. And I was like, I was scrolling through the Eevees, and I was like, well, you know, okay, I'm gonna see a Mr. Mime, so it's gonna look a little different. I gotta brace myself. And I was like, yep, there's the Mr. Mime. And then, no, it's shiny. So 30 total Pokemon seen. 30 seen. I said when I found it that this was the new fastest hunt. It's my new second fastest, because technically I had the one that was first encountered that, but this is my fastest one that's like properly recorded, and it's pretty fast because you can't get too much faster than 30. Dear Lord, this is my first shiny Mr. Mime. I have never gotten a shiny Mr. Mime. It's something that I low-key have wanted. Because Mr. Mime is a great shiny, but I never really had any plans to hunt it necessarily. But here we are. So, dear Lord, I cannot believe that just happened. I mean, you kind of have to believe that like the RNG would have triggered differently if I had picked Eevee. right? So like I probably would not have ended up with a shiny Eevee if I had picked Eevee instead of Mr. Mime in that slot. I don't really know how RNG works. I'm just guessing, but I'm gonna assume that and be like, okay, well, this is a bonus shiny. But this is, ooh, I might actually wipe here if this Fearow doesn't let me escape. Oh no, I'm sure one of these Eevee has Runaway, so it should be fine. But Mr. Mime might die. Come on, Mr. Mime, you can do it. Okay, I never mind. He can't do it. Oh, now it lets me flee. The Spearow just really hated my shiny Mr. Mime because it knows I hate all of my shiny Spearow. I think I said somewhere in the first Eevee, I think I said like, oh, I'll see you in the next phase, or I guess it's not a phase because it's 100%. And in the back of my mind, I was like, well, technically, I guess Game Corner doesn't have to be if you pick the wrong Pokemon. But, I mean, insane. Like, you saw the batches of Eevee that I had. I got all Eevee, and the 1 out of 30 that was not an Eevee was a shiny Mr. Mime. Absolutely insane. Oh, shiny Eevee! What? Oh my god! Shiny Eevee! Oh! Okay. That was faster than expected. Let me switch over just a second. Okay, so after 10,605 Eevee seen, we've got shiny Eevee number 2 of this quest, shiny Eevee number 1 of the Game Corner set, second shiny of the Game Corner set. Still laughing to myself about the Mr. Mime. Honestly, still one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me in shiny hunting. It's ridiculous. I found 2 clowns in one night, the Mr. Mime and me. But yeah, so this is, I should have checked before I started recording, but I think this is the 20. I think I had 20 shinies pop under odds in a row. 19. Okay, so we almost made it to 20, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I was honestly kind of like, I'm kind of hoping this goes to like 20k just to like offset it on a hunt that's really fast. But whatever, it's fine. It's gentle. It's gentle baby. It is male, which we would expect. I guess that was already there. I didn't notice that. Yeah. It has adaptability. Not that really matters, because well, I guess it matters if I keep it in Eevee, but, so gentle is plus special defense minus defense. I mean, that's not really a great nature for anything. I don't know. I'll have to look into what Eeveelution that might be best for. This did pop on my game with my Chansey, which I'm sure if anybody saw it in the Mr. Mime clip was wondering what the hell this thing is named ABBA Gold for, and that's because ABBA Gold is a compilation album of like ABBA's greatest hits, and the train of thought was Chansey, take a chance on me, ABBA. That is what happened. It's ridiculous, and that's why I have it in my party, because I rediscovered it on this file, and I decided that was hilarious. All right, let's throw it out into battle. I don't know that after a certain point, I'm probably going to stop this. I will at least do it for this one, because this is the first Game Corner one. Beyond this, I probably will just move on to the next one and only show off the evolution. Whatever Eeveelution I end up evolving it into. So I will look at some things, decide what I think gentle would be best for, and I'll take that off. Probably could have a system for like taking off which ones I've found that doesn't rely upon deciding what I'm going to evolve it into, because I'm not even like 100% deciding, but Whatever. Shiny Eevee, number 1 of 7 from the game corner. So we've still got a long ways to go, but that was really fast. I've only been recording like 8 minutes today, and bam, shiny Eevee. Oh, shiny Eevee! Yes! Ah, okay. Nothing else shiny in this batch. Let me... Yep, okay, just the one, as one would expect. Okay, so that's shiny Eevee number 3 for my set of full Eevees for this triple team quest. As you can see, well, as you would have noticed during the hunting part of this, Umbreon is the one that I checked off. There's no guarantee that, like, that's gonna be definitely the one that I use if, like, one with a better nature comes along. And it's not that nature matters so much as just, like, I think it's just an easy way to help me decide which one becomes which. So this one is neutral. So I've just checked off Eevee for now, because there's really no way to decide which one it'll be best as, without seeing what else I have. So we're just gonna check off Eevee for now. But here he is. He's male, in case you didn't notice. I did already save before I switched over to a single screen, because it's easy to do that. But yeah, so not very eventful. We are definitely at the point in this quest for Eevees where it's getting pretty uneventful. I should say, this came after 7,380 Eevee scene. I was getting ready to try to hit odds before the end of the night, trying to see if I could push it, but I guess I don't need to. So anyway, We're on to Eevee number 4 now, and I'll see you when that one joins. Shiny Eevee! Oh my god. Okay. Well, a little over odds, but not too much. Alright, let me switch over to another screen real quick. Alright, and we are back on a single screen. It's actually been a second because I was in the middle of watching something, so I finished watching it, saved the game, and just left it, but, you know, so now we're coming back to it. You probably saw what the nature of the Eevee was in the reaction. I did not because I was too distracted, but it's Brave, which I think probably works best for Flareon. So as you can see, I've ticked it off on the layout. We are officially halfway through gathering all the Eevee, and I'm very excited for this to be Flareon because Flareon is possibly my favorite Eeveelution, honestly. I hadn't really thought of it that way. It was my favorite of the original trio, but I hadn't really thought of it that way in recent history. But as I've been doing this quest, I've been thinking about it, and it's definitely up there if it's not my favorite. But so I'll show that off here. I'm not going to throw Eevee out into battle, but this came after exactly 8,700 Eevee seen. So as I said in the reaction, like just a little over odds, not too far. Not as far as I expected to go over odds. But yeah, so that's half of this Eevee quest down. And you'll see the Flareon here, but otherwise I will see you in Eevee number 5.
What? Shiny Eevee! Alright, wow, it's timid. Let me switch over to a single screen really quickly. Okay, we're back on a single screen. I apologize if I sound weird. My allergies have been absolutely awful, so apologize for that. But here we have a timid shiny Eevee, and I realized after I between recordings here, I realized it's female, which is very cool. So I got one female shiny Eevee in the first rendition of this quest of, you know, the 4 Eevee that I'm just not using. But this is my first one in this one, and this is Eevee number 5 now, out of 8. One other thing I'll address quickly, especially relevant because it shined on this game, you may have noticed that throughout this quest, so far, I've suspiciously had exactly 50,000 coins. Suspiciously, I didn't enunciate that very clearly. I did use action replay to get it up. If you watch my original video from the original set of Eevee, I said like I had manually grinded the coins on every single one of my games, and I hated Voltorb Flip now and was not going to do that again. After the last phase, I decided, let me grind up the coins manually again on like the game where I just got the shiny Eevee, which was this same game that just shined again. And so I did actually get coins manually this time. I think I'm probably going to be doing that throughout the rest of this quest. I almost love Voltorb Flip. I enjoy the logic game aspect of it. It's the fact that it ultimately does come down to RNG that annoys me. Like, no matter how much you calculate it out, there end up being times where it's like, it's straight up a 50-50 chance, and you end up losing, and it's whatever. Anyway, I don't need to babble about Voltorb Flip. This is Eevee number 5. Oh, it came after 11,505 resets. I was not expecting to get it tonight, even though I'm pretty decently over odds, because I'm still... My last shiny that I just got a few days ago was at similar numbers. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was Houndour in Gen 2. But I'm due very over odds hunts, so I was kind of expecting this to go deeper. But here we have shiny. So as you can see on the layout, I think this is probably going to be Jolteon. Timid is a really good nature for Jolteon. Could also work for Espeon, but we're sticking with Jolteon for now. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I will see you in Eevee number 6. Oh, shiny Eevee.
Okay. All right. Okay, after 15,450 Eevee seen, my 6th shiny Eevee of this whole set of Eevee, 5th in the game corner, and crazily enough, it is another timid Eevee. The last one, as you just saw, was also timid. So I've marked off Espeon here, because honestly that works out really well. Timid is a great nature for both Jolteon and Espeon. I think I actually, despite the order of it, I feel like just for the sake of it, I'm going to make this Eevee Jolteon because it's sort of been on and off raining and thunderstorming today. Well, okay, I've heard a little bit of thunder rumbling. I don't know if I could call it a full-on thunderstorm, but it would be a little more fitting for Jolteon. It's also, my DS clock is apparently a day off, probably from when I was messing around with it for Safari Week. But here we are. It's my first shiny since Safari Week 2023. Been hunting very slowly, but I've been trying to get in like a regular number of SRs every day. Anyway, so I'll show off the evolution, and we'll move on to Eevee number 7. We are so close to being done with this. I'll be very glad to be able to move on and hunt some other cool stuff for this quest. But I will see you in the next Eevee. Hopefully next Eevee. Hopefully we don't get any more Mr. Mime. Oh, shiny Eevee! Ah, yes! Okay. Alright, after 12,465 Eevee seen, we have shiny Eevee number 7 of this Eevee quest. I am so close to being done and not having to hunt in the game corner anymore, and honestly, I cannot emphasize enough how excited I am. Obviously, I could have mixed it up a little bit, but like my options were to do Bill's Eevee or bring in, God forbid, full odds egg hunting in Gen 4 for a Pokemon you can soft reset for. So this is pretty much my best option. But yeah, after 7 shinies in the game corner, I'm a little bit over it, but it's fine. We're getting there. As you can see, this one is Impish, which is best for Umbreon, I think. Gentle is what I had allocated to Umbreon before, and Gentle is, I think, a worse nature than Impish for Umbreon. So I think what I'm going to do is make this one Umbreon. The Gentle one is going to be the unevolved Eevee, because I'm just less worried about the nature on that one, since I'm not going to be using it for the entire playthrough. And then the docile one that I originally put on Eevee is either going to be Vaporeon or Glaceon, depending. But we're just ticking off Vaporeon here, just for the time being, to have something. Obviously, my system is a little inelegant. It's just going to happen with with the way I'm doing this, but it's nice to have something ticked off as I go to, like, you know, which Eeveelution it is, especially because for my part, I haven't seen any of these Eeveelutions in game yet, because I'm not evolving any of them until the very end. So it's nice to, like, see what I'm getting a little bit instead of just another shiny Eevee. So, and I changed my lead Pokemon for this hunt. This is a random shiny Goldian I found in the Safari Zone, which I thought it was fun to mix things up and put that in the lead. Oh, I should switch Eevee to the front. I'll get more Game Corner coins, and then I will start hunting Eevee number 8, and I will see you with the last shiny of this segment of the Triple Team quest. Well, after all this time hunting for all the Eevee, it's a little underwhelming to get my last one and then check the video reaction and find out that my mic wasn't being picked up because OBS decided to choose default for the mic source instead of my actual mic and just picked up nothing as a result. So that's kind of annoying. But if it makes you feel any better, you've heard me react to 7 other shiny Eevee, and I promise you this one really wasn't much different. It was pretty much the same thing. I think the only thing interesting that I said aside from shiny Eevee was that I almost made it to triple odds, but not quite, because this came at 22,620 Eevee seen, which is a long overdue 20k plus phase. I honestly was like, you know what? This probably is just gonna go to like 40k, and that's just what I deserve at this point. I'm not even remotely mad. I mean, it's hard to be with how much luck I've had on this Triple Team quest thus far, but like, I can't be mad. I can't be mad. It's if anything, I'm relieved because I needed to have a long phase to try to even things out and hopefully get my luck back to a reasonable place. Of course, this is another crazy nature Eevee. As you can see, it's modest. So that's perfect nature for Glaceon. So that rounds out my collection very nicely. So there's gonna be like 1 or 2, I think, that like don't have an ideal nature. But like I got 2 timid, a modest. I got a neutral nature. Neutral nature is always nice. You know, I got a jolly too. So like I got 4 really good natures. So that's insane. I cannot verbalize how glad I am that I am done hunting Eevee in the game corner. I've been at this for so long. Like literally, when did I start this? I mean, if we're being honest, I started this in some respect back 2 years ago. 2 full years ago. It was like July 11th, 2021, I think, that I started hunting for Eevee in the game corner. Let me pull this up in my spreadsheet. July 11th. July 11th, and the first one I got was on July 16th. And then those first 4 Eevee, as I've explained multiple times, I scrapped them. So like, it's an entirely new project. But the point is that I set upon this goal of getting all 8 Eeveelutions in Gen 4, and then I hadn't had it finished for so long, and I just left it on the back burner, and it was like this thing eating away at me like, that's a quest I still have to finish, you know, on top of all of the 8 million other quests that I have planned and or in progress at any given time. And it was annoying, and I just didn't have any motivation to get back to it because I wasn't doing anything with it, and lo and behold, it came up with this quest, and then I finally went through with it. Finally have teams that I'm putting them on. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to belabor the point here. I meant to pull up my Eevee and then walk around with it a little bit. Not that you haven't seen Eevee at this point, but yeah, I mean, and this is, I can finally evolve all of the Eevee because I know what nature everyone is, so I know which, you know, I don't have to worry that I'll get one that's better for X or Y evolution. So I can finally evolve everything. It's gonna really feel satisfying to have all of these Eevee, and dear Lord, I can finally move on to a different hunt. And in fact, my next hunt is one I'm really excited to do. I actually did a few, well, I did more than a few, but I did some SRs for the next hunt just to mix this one up a little bit, but I didn't end up doing too much. So I'm excited to move on to a different hunt. Yeah, I'm excited to see all of the Eeveelutions and actually get to use them. I meant to say how long this section of the Eevee, of this, like the new Eevee quest, I started on February 7th. It's July 21st, as you saw on the status screen. So it's been almost 6 months. I've been hunting other stuff. I've had some stuff, like life stuff, getting in my way, and this hunt isn't great for multitasking on various things. I've been moving around, so it's not like I've been consistently hunting this, but yeah, it's been a long time, and I'm ready to have this off the back burner. I have other hunts I really need to be focusing on getting out of my queue, but so yeah, anyway, I will see you in the evolution of Glaceon. Alright, well now that you've seen all of the Eeveelutions, I wanted to come back to my Triple Team Quest files and show all of them off in the files in which they're actually going to be used, and show you what I ended up evolving each Eevee into. Most of them ended up being the Eeveelution I said at that point in the video, but there were a couple of changes as things went along. So the first one, as you already saw in the video, at the beginning, I did evolve it into Leafeon. Jolly-natured Eevee. It was pretty hard to argue for anything else, really. Then my second Eevee ended up being my gentle Eevee, which I decided to keep as just an Eevee. It also has adaptability as the ability, which is a good ability to have for something you're going to keep as an Eevee. I did decide I'm not going to keep this Eevee on my team long term. It's going to get replaced once I get my 6th party member, but I'm going to keep it around until then because, you know, why not? I hunted for it. But either way, I definitely wanted to have a shiny Eevee to keep because I love Eevee's shiny, as I said. So then anyway, the third Eevee that I found, my docile-natured Eevee, I ended up evolving into Vaporeon. Then fourth of all, Flareon, my brave-natured Eevee. Next up was my first of 2 timid-natured Eevee, which still wild to me that happened, and it happened back-to-back. Espeon, which also my 1 female out of the 8 Eevee that I found, which is exactly the expected odds. But I'm definitely happy that I found one, because I wouldn't have been surprised if I got unlucky and just didn't get a female, because my female starter luck, there we go, has not been great. Next up was Jolteon, my second timid Eevee. Then Umbreon, my impish Eevee. You'll see it has a lucky egg, and it's also like twice as high level as most of my other Eevee, and that's because I wanted Eevee to learn Bite before it evolved into Umbreon, because Umbreon does not learn it itself. I had evolved it in the video at like the regular level, like at 16, and then I realized that, so I stopped without saving, and then went back and leveled it up to get Bite. And then the final Eevee is my modest one, that's Glaceon, which, again, I can't believe how many perfect natures I found for my Eevee during this quest. And also, just because we have to give him a shout out, the random Mr. Mime I found while while hunting for Eevee. 30 scene, still absolutely wild. But I do also, just real quick, want to show them all off in battle. I since this whole quest is based around, you know, doing 3 quests at once, I like the idea of showing off all of the team members at once. I think that's a fun thing to do with these triple layouts that I have. So we're going to do that real quick. So there's Flareon, Vaporeon, and Leafeon. Thankfully, everybody ran away. Okay. There's Espeon, Umbreon, and unevolved Eevee. And we're just going to show off Mr. Mime again, too, because I guess Mr. Mime is an honorary member of the Eevee quest now. And there we go. Shiny Glaceon, shiny Jolteon, and then Mr. Mime is also there. But yeah, I am so excited. I've already said this. I'm so excited to move on and do different stuff. I think this quest is going to really pick up now that I'm able to do some of the other, like, more interesting and varied hunts that I've been planning on. I'm definitely glad that I did this. I've cleared this off after 2 years of having it in my backlog of, you know, eventually someday I'll go and finish hunting the Eevee. Now I've done it. I've got good video for it. I'm very happy with this. But I'm looking forward to the quest from here on out. The next hunt is going to be really interesting. We'll see how it goes for me, but I look forward to seeing that and the future hunts in this quest. But for the time being, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this big compilation of shinies, and best of luck on all your hunts, and take care.